Hey friends, it's Holly from Chic Antique and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I actually flew to LA to do a couple projects for my sister. If you saw my last video where I taught you how to paint ceramic, those were actually for my sister as well. So today we're going to be doing another project for her. We're going to be painting a pair of matching nightstands today. So if you're excited for this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. Alright friends, here are the nightstands we're going to be working on today. We got these on Facebook Marketplace for $40. They're in pretty good shape. These are solid wood and they have 2 drawers. They have a couple scratches and dings, but otherwise they're in really good shape. They're super sturdy and heavy, and I think they're going to make some really great nightstands. We're going to start this makeover like we always do by first removing the hardware. And then I'm going to take out the drawers just to make the cleaning a little bit easier. Next, to clean these, I'm going to use hot water and Dawn dish soap and a microfiber rag. These definitely were dusty, but I did not expect how dirty they were. I'm going to show you the water in a little bit. You are definitely going to be surprised how dirty it was. Here you can see what the water looked like. Now I'm just going to rinse these off with clean, clear water. Now, after letting that dry, I'm going to come back and fill any damage using damp plastic wood professional wood filler. And I'm working very quickly applying this because you only have a couple minutes before it starts to dry and harden. And you can't really clean this off your putty knife when you're done, so instead of using my metal putty knife, I'm using a disposable plastic one. After letting that dry, I'm going to sand it smooth using 120 grit sandpaper. And then I'm going to scuff sand the entire piece using 220 grit sandpaper. Now for paint, I'm going to use Silk All-In-One Mineral Paint by Dixie Belle in the color Saltwater. Like always, I'm going to mix this up really well before I get started. and I'm going to be applying this paint using my Zibra Chiseled Wedge brush. And my camera did cut out recording about halfway through filming this top portion, but I did want to show you what I did record. So I'm filling in these little gaps that you see here, the little indentations, and then I'm smoothing out each side, and then I'm going to paint the center portion. And now in these smaller sections, I'm actually using a synthetic artist brush just to get in those edges. It can be really difficult to do, but with this paint you really do not want to overwork it. It dries really fast, so if you're brushing it over and over and over, it's not going to level out like it's supposed to while it's drying. It's going to keep those brush marks, so you do want to move really quickly with this if you can. This is an all-in-one paint, meaning it has a stain blocking primer, paint, and top coat all built in. So it makes it super easy to use, and it makes the process really fast. I love just watching the first coat go on, so I'm going to stop talking for a couple minutes so we can just enjoy the process. Now, after letting the first coat dry for 2 hours, I'm coming back for my second coat. Again, I'm just repeating that process, trying not to overwork this paint and move quickly so that it can self-level and smooth out on its own. I'm first capping off the sides, and then I will smooth out the center section. The coverage looks a lot better on camera, but whites are very difficult because you usually need at least 1 or 2 more coats to get full coverage than normal colors. So for example, if I were to be doing a dark color like navy or black or gray, I would usually only need 2 coats of paint and then maybe just some touch-up areas. But for white, I usually need 4 to 5 coats. So for this color, I needed 4 coats of paint to get full coverage. I only ever do white pieces probably once or twice a year, and this is the biggest reason why. They're really difficult and really time consuming, not only because you have to do so many layers of paint, but you usually need to prime them as well so that there's no bleed through. But luckily with this paint, it does have that built-in stain blocking primer, so I didn't need to prime beforehand. If you have any questions about this paint in particular, make sure to leave me a comment down below. I would love to help you out with those questions. Again, I'm just using this small artist brush to get in any of those areas that I can't reach with my large brush. It just makes it a little bit easier when you're working on smaller areas to use a smaller brush. I think this is a great white to use if you are a beginner or if you're doing a set for your own home, because sometimes it's hard to figure out undertones and whites, especially if you're buying online and you can't buy in person. So if you don't have access to a local retailer, or you just aren't sure what kind of white will work best in your house, I would recommend this one because it is not too bright. It has a neutral undertone. It's not too warm or too cool. It has that perfect neutral undertone to it. Now I'm just moving on to the drawers and just showing you what that looks like. Again, the coverage looks a lot better than it was. And I didn't want to show you coat 2 and 3 because it does get super repetitive and really boring to watch all those coats. So we are going to stop here at coat 2. And now that it's all complete, I just want to remind you what we started with. And here's how it looks now. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this makeover today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe so you can be notified every time I upload. I did do one other makeover while I was in LA, so I will be uploading that soon. So make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell so that you're notified when I upload that. And before you leave, I would love it if you check out some of my other videos. I'll have my most recent upload in the eye here, as well as down below in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. My question is, why? Stinks. Hush. Come on. I have the back of an old man. Okay. Oh my gosh. It doesn't even make any sense. Ding dong.